What's up guys, how's it going? AviddGeek here and welcome to another episode of Gaming News Stories. This is where I take a look at the news that's happened within the last week in the world of gaming and pick and choose a couple of stories to talk and share about here with you guys. Let's go and get started. So there's a lot of stuff happening this last week. Most of it is PlayStation 4 related. Everything else has kind of been put to the side at the moment. A couple of other new announcements that are coming up for different games. This is going to be a really quick version of Gaming News Stories because I have a lot I need to do with the PlayStation 4. I need to start playing it. I picked it up myself. I'm so excited. See, I have it on right now. It's actually over there. But I'm so excited to try this system out. I got to put it through its paces, make sure mine's working, and we'll talk a little bit about that on our news story. Story number one. So first up, Sony has released the PlayStation 4. It is finally out there in the wild. It's finally available for you to pick it up, go and play it, plug it into your system, enjoy. If you can find one, because apparently they're kind of hard to find now. They're selling out like hotcakes. And so far the launch has been great, except there are a couple of problems. There are a few issues with the console at the moment. So apparently there's some issues with games that they're just kind of coming in and out. They're quitting on themselves. They're exiting the game while you're playing it. Just some hiccups with some gameplay. And according to EA released a statement saying that the issues are related to the PlayStation update, so that's kind of on Sony's end. There's something wrong with Sony. Sony's the one that has the issues. They have some kind of problem with their console at the moment. They need to fix that and resolve that firmware, and then we'll be good. We'll be good to go. So EA is pretty much just like washing their hands of it. They're staying out of it. They're saying that it's not their problem, it is Sony's problem. I haven't seen anything as far as games outside of what EA has said, that it's just EA games. I don't know if it's affecting any other games. But hopefully this is just not another EA problem. EA has enough problems as it is and they need to clean up their act. But hopefully it's not them, but at the same time, I hope it is, because I don't want to see my PlayStation 4 quitting on all these different games I have. Especially when you're making progress and you have to wait before you get to a save point or anything like that. It's going to be torture. It's going to be painful. So that's not the only problem with the system. Apparently there were some systems before launch, midnight launch, that there were some issues with an HDMI port. IGN had some issues with theirs. Got taken back by Sony, and one other person I think that won an early console from Taco Bell actually had issues with their HDMI port. What was happening is the signal was not going out from the HDMI port to your TV, so there was no picture. Couldn't see anything. And apparently when you jiggled, you kind of like wiggle it just a little bit. So when you wiggled the HDMI port with the cord in it, then it would kind of pop in, pop out, and then just would quit. It would just die. No video whatsoever. So apparently more people are having this issue. There's some hardware failures coming out, a lot of tweets, a lot of stuff being posted on Amazon saying that they're having issues with their hardware, the system. And man, it's just crazy. You want to launch to go great, but you just have all these issues. There's always these issues with a first day release of a console because you have to work out all these bugs. And then again, this is not representative of everyone. For myself, I haven't really got the chance to play the console that much, but setting it up, it's sitting there, it's on, it's fine. I'd have no issues so far. By the way, you can check out my UI overview, and you can check out my quick setup installation patch guide if you want to. A little shameless plug there for myself, if I don't say so myself. But people are having issues with their console. And apparently it's not indicative of everyone, because another issue is that since this is the first generation with a lot of social media, everyone you're going to see posting comments on Twitter, on Amazon, reviews or whatever else, it's always going to be most likely the majority being those that are having issues with the system. So it's not indicative of what the percentage of all the systems that are out there, how they're doing, if they're having failures or if they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them whatsoever. For example, for myself, I have no issues with mine, but I'm not going to necessarily run onto Twitter and say, my system is awesome, it's no issues whatsoever. That doesn't tend to be the case. It tends to be when you're upset, when you're angry, when things are not going the way you expect them or want them to go, that's when you're going to complain, and that's when you're going to go and post stuff on Twitter, Facebook, or wherever else that you choose to do so. But that's when you're going to start using those outlets to get your voice heard. So don't take too much into account of what you're reading as far as that. If I have any issues with it, I'll go and let you guys know. I'll try to record them and post them up so you guys can see them. And we'll have to go from there. Story number two. Man, that was a long story. So the second story up is an announcement for Uncharted an Uncharted game. We don't know what it is. We don't know if it's officially a 4, if it's going to be a prequel, what really the story's about. But there was a teaser trailer released the day after, no, on launch day from Naughty Dog, that a new Uncharted game is coming our way. But there's no other information. We have no dates. We have no nothing. We just know it says Uncharted. So very neat. It shows like a map, and I'll have a picture here somewhere for you guys. I'll have a link down to the trailer below. You guys should check it out. Really cool. That is like one of the flagship games for Sony's console. That's how it was for the PlayStation 3. So I'm really looking forward to see what they can do on the PlayStation 4. They're always the ones pushing ahead, pushing graphics. They're the ones that are pushing gameplay. Have these really great big cinematic events. Can't wait to see it on next generation hardware. It's going to be amazing. So hopefully they're developing it just like for the PlayStation 4. That's their focus on. They've had plenty of work to work with it. Plenty of time to work with the system to really bring out the best that it can do. Also, Naughty Dog released some information as far as some DLC for The Last of Us. So there will be some DLC for that single player mission. It's going to be Riley is going to be hanging out with Emily. I've never played the game myself, The Last of Us, so excuse me if I get these things mixed up. But Emily, I believe, is the main character, and Riley is going to be joining her. And it's supposed to be something between their relationship between the two people. And you can kind of explore that in the game. So it's nice that they're still supporting some of the games in the past. And it's nice for those who enjoyed that game. I know it's a really big, critically acclaimed game. That you'll enjoy some more content from that. I don't know if it extends the story, if they're doing something that's kind of taking place within the story that's already there. I'm assuming it's going to play into the story that's already established. It's not going to really extend it and add more on top of it as far as what's taking place at the end of the game. If there is an end, I know it's a weird game. You have to go and check it out yourself. But anyways, they've announced that as well along with the Uncharted trailer. Story number 3. So our last story is PlayStation 4 again. So all the games are out. We have Shadowfall, we have Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, and then we have Knack. And there's some other games, obviously. I'm not forgetting those guys, but Knack is what I want to focus on. Knack was supposed to be a game that's developed specifically for the PlayStation 4. It was developed by the guy who did the architecture for the PlayStation 4 console system, and he kind of divided up his time between the two. Knack is a game that's supposed to be reminiscent of a lot of older games, so like Crash Bandicoot and Ratchet and Clank, a lot of the older platformers. I played a little bit at Target. It was a fun game. It looked decent enough, but it wasn't pushing anything. It has a very cartoony look to it. It's selling out a lot. I was at Target and it was gone. There was no copies of it whatsoever. I was planning to pick it up initially, just because it's a brand new title, but it was gone. Apparently the reviews are terrible for this game. It's like 5.6, a 6, a 4. It's kind of really down that average, mediocre game level. It's not doing too well. I'm kind of surprised at that, especially with the guy being in charge of the architecture of the PlayStation 4. The system's beautiful. The system's great. But the game itself seems to be really lacking. And when I played it at Target, I noticed that it doesn't allow you any control of the game. You can't control the camera at all. You're kind of stuck on this very linear path. It's just very repetitious. You're just going here and smashing this guy and smashing this guy. And even when I got different types of material added onto me, so I was like an ice guy, a fire guy, I think, and like a huge one. That little Knack character, there wasn't much of a variance between the different powers he had. It's just another aesthetic look to him, but it didn't change any functionality in the game. So it's kind of very lacking. And that might be a title you want to wait till it kind of drops in price. Maybe later on as more games come out, either pick something else up or just wait till that one goes on sale, because the reviews just seem really bad so far. And from my experience, it's fun, but not enough for $60 compared to everything else. I would say just save your $60, get something else. Maybe even just get PlayStation Network. Join for that, because then you get the 2 or 3 free games. Resogun, Warframe, and Contrast. I believe that's the last game. I haven't tried those out, but I downloaded them, ready to go. Alright guys, so that was this week's gaming news stories. I know it's really short, trying to get to this really fast because I gotta get to my PlayStation 4. I want to start playing the game just as much as you guys want to start playing your systems. Question of the week is, did you pick up a PlayStation 4? Are you having any issues with your PlayStation 4? Let me know in the comment section below. I think it'd be really interesting to find out if you guys are having any issues with your system, or if there's something specific you guys want to see that you would like me to cover in regards to the PlayStation 4. The Xbox One is right around the corner. They'll start promoting that heavily next week. So it'd be really interesting to see how their launches compared to the PlayStation 4's is this week. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a comment in the section down below. Don't forget to subscribe, give this channel a thumbs up. Well, this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel and share it on Google+, Facebook, everywhere else that you do. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. And if you want to join me on my PlayStation Network, go ahead and just send me an invite. My information should be here somewhere. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys next time. Peace out.